Good morning. Hope you're well. It's a nice day today. Look at that. This is why I get out first thing in the morning. I pretty much have all of this to myself. It's just brilliant. Time for me to, just to be without having any expectations on anything at all, really. Today I'm going to talk about happiness. Happiness there's a whole lot of sayings around it, or thoughts around it rather, and that we're constantly striving, and so when we're constantly striving and searching for happiness, we miss it, we avoid it. But when we stop searching and we just start doing things that make us happy, that's how we achieve happiness. And the reason why I bring that up is because, this time by the beach, this time by the sea, putting my feet in the water, which I just did, that's not me searching for happiness. I know being by the sea, being on the beach, putting my feet in the water, swimming in the sea, just creates a feeling, just an amazing feeling for me. And that is one of the things that makes me happy, amongst other things, obviously. So, the challenge, I guess, is, do you know what makes you happy? And I don't mean superficial happiness. I don't mean the £5 Starbucks or Costa Latte or whatever, because those things aren't lasting, and those things cost money, and they're not available to all of us. Unfortunately, in this world of gross inequality, if our happiness was rooted in being able to buy expensive things, then it'd be clear who would be happy and who wouldn't be. And in some of my travels, you might have seen some of these videos done in different types of locations. Happiness isn't in possessions. It isn't in stuff. It isn't in consumerism. It isn't having extraordinary amounts of money. And that's not me saying, a certain level of financial stability isn't important. Of course it is, and I've said it in a recent podcast. When I've gone into it in more depth about how wealthy we are, and I mean WELLTHY. I know it's a made-up word, okay. As opposed to WELTHY. So I'm not going to go into that again here, but our happiness is rooted in so much more. And when I've observed all these different cultures around the world who have, in material terms, so much less than those of us in Western economies like UK, the US, and so on, and you can see, it's obvious, it's clear that there are so many things that are at the root of their happiness. Money is and possessions and whatever is such a small part of that. And so one of my recommendations actually is I couldn't possibly go through all the things, but I have recommended previously a free course from Yale University, from a lady called Professor Laurie Santos. It's a Yale course called The Science of Wellbeing, and it's freely available on Coursera. And it's a long course, and that you do. I did it once a week on a Saturday over, I don't know how many weeks it is. I can't remember how many months. There might have been 12. It's probably less than that. I don't know. And then I watched it at 2x speed, because that's just me, how I do things. And then in addition to that, Professor Laurie Santos has got a podcast called The Happiness Lab. I've been listening to it for a few years now, and it's just an amazing podcast because it really breaks down, much like the course, but in having interviews with all kinds of people from all kinds of walks of life, and just them giving their version of what happiness looks like to them. And so, that's my recommendation. Check out the Happiness Lab podcast. Check out The Science of Wellbeing, because if you're in search of your own happiness, you can get some ideas from these two resources. They're free, and so pretty much available to most of us who've got a phone and data connection and all of that. So, hope you enjoy your day. I'm going to get back to enjoying being happy here at the beach. Peace.